listening to the 1130 podcast. Enjoy the show.
Yo, what a dude in our body, man.
The 1130 podcast.
Yo, what it do, everybody, man? What's going on? Y'all already know what it is, man. It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, you guys, man. Yo, I appreciate everyone definitely tuning in and welcome back, you guys. Yes, welcome back to the 1130 podcast, you guys. Yes. All right. Let's get that one more time, man. Can we get that one more time, man? Can we get that one more time? Look at we working on it though. We live. Usually I'm doing the episodes pre-taped and everything like that. But you guys, I appreciate everyone definitely tuning in. There we go. That's what happens though. That's what happens when this show is live though. But man. Good morning, man. Good morning, good afternoon to all my people, wherever you at in the world, man, on the East Coast, the West Coast, wherever you may be. I appreciate you guys tapping back in to the 1130 podcast, man. Episode 217, man. And yes, I know you guys were like, man, I ain't seen this face in a minute. Man, I ain't seen him do this thing in a while, man. And I'm like, yeah, it been a minute. It definitely been a minute. And of course, you guys, I'm going to get you guys all caught up, basically rewind and start from the beginning. But other than that, you guys, man, before we definitely get into the good stuff, because it's going to be a great show back, episode 217, man, 217, back at it, 6 years in the 1130 podcast, man. So, I'm grateful. But like I said, before we get into everything, man, if you haven't already, I don't know what you're waiting for. If this your first time, definitely make sure you hit the like button down below. Make sure you follow. Make sure you subscribe, man. Yes, you see this beautiful graphic on the screen. Definitely make sure you subscribe, man, to the 1130 podcast on YouTube. You dig? All right. Now that's out the way, man. Okay. All right, man. Like I said, this is my first episode back. And man, of course, I was nervous. I'm always nervous. But I said to myself, like, damn, why am I nervous? I've been doing, Talk Pro Wrestling. I've been doing the watch-alongs for some time. So I'm like, man, why am I nervous, man? I shouldn't be nervous. Just go in, just, do your thing, man. But, hey, if you ain't nervous, man, don't mean you don't feel some type of way about it, man. You don't love it, though. But, man, like I said, man, definitely been gone for some time, man. I haven't done an episode. I don't have any guests. That's why I wanted to start off with I don't have a guest this week. Well, this week, this first week back, I don't have a guest. This kind of like my introduction episode back into the podcast world, man. And really let's just dive into it. Like I said, I've been gone for a while. I haven't really done podcast interviews, man. And I think I looked on my YouTube studio. It was like, man, when the last video of the podcast show, I done or I posted or whatever like that. And it was about a year ago, man. I think I had a guy, AJ Herbert, I believe, on the 1130 podcast show. Really cool guy. But for a while I was like, man, some of the interviews I felt like they were getting, a little bit repetitive. Some of the interviews I felt like, man, they wasn't, it wasn't getting the job done, basically. I'm sitting up here giving it my all. And then sometimes, when you are in this podcast world and when you do have guests, and everybody got a life, man, everything, happens, You might be sitting up here ready, and I remember when I first started out, man, I was like my first ever guest. I'm like, man, yeah, you ready? He talking about he at the swimming pool. I'm like, oh, you know what? Motherfuckers ain't taking it serious though. But it's just like, man, you had to take a step back, and just appreciate everything, man. And I was very appreciative of every person that I had on the 1130 podcast, every guest, every person who hit me up and was like, yo, man, I think this person should be on, or I really dig what you do. So I'm really grateful and all of that. But I had to take a step back, man, take a step back for a moment, and just live life, live life basically. I used to get this a lot, from other fellow podcasters and other people, man, seeing me posting on social media, man, yo, man, I'm always seeing, the 1130 pod, man, yo, man, you don't, man, you killing it, yo, man, Dre don't take no breaks, and trust and believe me, man, in the beginning, I was like, yo, man, why would I take breaks? I'm trying to establish something, I'm trying to, do something and everything like that, but of course, as you go in this journey in life, man, obviously things arise and come up, man, and you just gotta deal with them how you ever could deal with them though. But yeah, man, I took a break, man. I was just like, yo, let me take a step back. And then, of course, I took a break from the main interviews, from the podcast show, of course. But, of course, if you follow me, if you know me, I'm a big wrestling head. I'm a big wrestling fan. So, of course, I'm watching Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. So, I'm live, every single week, almost every other day, though. But it's a different audience, different show, different audience, wrestling, different audience though. But man, like I said, I'm gonna get you guys caught up, man. And the main reason, basically, I was gonna, excuse me, dive into was that for real, the main reason, was going on break is that obviously, man, I became a dad. I broke that news to you guys about 3 years ago of me becoming a dad, and how that was so really life-changing, because I was like, yo, man, like, born with a disability and all this stuff like that. I'm like, man, can I have a child, man? I do want to have a child. I'm like, man, but hey, if I don't have a child, I'm like, cool. So I'm like, but hey, Lord, you bless me with, man, I'm like, oh yeah, because I'm gonna be that dad that sort of, of course I had a lot of father figures, man, and I had stepdads and everything like that, but be that dad, be that father, to my son that my father wasn't to me, and being in my life. So, once I found that out, man, I was like, all right, bet we're going to have to adjust some things though, but I'm going to keep it full throttle. But fast forward to last year, man, I just said, you know what, let me just take a break. Actually, also too, I had a PR person I was working with, some things were going on, with her and everything like that, and we couldn't really get the guests, in order, in timely frame, because the 1130 podcast show was supposed to come back in October, but things didn't line up that way, and actually, I'm glad it didn't, though, but like I said, last year, taking the break, just diving into fatherhood, and also, like I said, I was doing the live streams, and all I can hear sometimes in the back of my mind was my brother Isaac, man, love you. He was killed, 3 years ago, man, and he meant a lot to me. And I remember, like, one of our last conversations he had with me when he was over here at the house. And he was like, he just being that big brother, like, man, look, yo, like, if you want to just, like, far as the YouTube shit, like, man, post a video, do a video, and if it do well, do it over, and if it do well, do it, like, basically stand in a certain category, and basically that's what I done with the watch alongs, because the watch alongs, when I started doing them after a while and posting shorts about it, with it on social media, TikTok and YouTube itself, man, definitely, really grew the 1130 podcast, man, from a whole year ago. I think we really doubled, the subscribers, man. So shout out to all the subscribers. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. I know a lot of folks at work right now, but, hey, man, I appreciate you guys to the fullest, though. But like I said, taking some time off just to breathe, just to become a dad and everything like that. But most importantly, which I'm going to get back into the dad joint, was for real, around like February and everything like that. It was just, going into the summer, and we was also preparing for little man to go to school, and everything like that. And I shared videos and photos on social media. Oh man, Amir's first day. Oh man, like it was something else. I was so nervous, especially when we went to, I think it was like an orientation, where we just go check out the school and look in the classrooms and stuff like that. And it just threw me back to like elementary school, and I'm like, man, like not only that, like even when I go with my son to the doctors, man, or we go to the doctors, and he goes to the children's hospital here in DC, and it's like, man, it's deja vu. It's like I feel like I'm raising me, I'm raising myself over again. I don't know how that sounds though, because it's just like so many things. I'm like, bro, like, are you me? Like, I used to go to children's hospital all the time when I was little, man. Being there, and it's just deja vu, and then going into a classroom, knowing that, my mom was the one who was taking me to school, and I'm like, man, am I my mom in this point? But the man version, and it's just so many different aspects though. But definitely getting them ready for that was something else, because he the only child, and and man, my nose itching. But me and Babe kind of like decided we just gonna keep it that way. Like, he the only child. He like 1 in 3. He like 1 in 3 for real though. But and then being in a house, majority of the time, my man like, yo, man, I'm trying to get out, and when we do get out, he would run up to, I ain't gonna say run up though, but when he do see other kids or whatever like that, he was like, yo, man, let's play. Shit, I don't even know your name, but like, let's get with it. And I'm like, yo, man, that's little man. He makes a hell of a friends, man. And he's that type of kid that just have that magnetic energy towards him, man, that you just like, yo, he's just such a real cool kid, man. Real cool kid. And I see myself, of course, in him a lot now, and I'm starting to see my fiance, his mama, in him a whole lot. I'm telling you, boy. I mean, it's like, when we was growing up, man, of course our parents always was like, yo, man, go do this, yelling, da 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 da, whatever like that. And it's like, man, one day, man, I have kids, I ain't gonna do this. I think that's what a lot of us do or have done. A lot of us was like, yo, man, when I have kids, I ain't gonna do this. And I think that's when this gentle parenting thing came about. Because trust and believe me, man, but who ain't get ass whoopings? Who ain't get ass whoopings? Of course, in the moment of getting the ass whooping, you like, man, shit, who would beat their child? Like who would do some shit like this though? But however, like you turned out really well. I know you did, everyone did, everybody who's listening, watching, turned out pretty well. But it was that down the road was like, yo, man, I'm never doing that to my child. But it's just like, once you enter that gentle parenting stage and phase, you be like, hey, son, do this. Yeah, you say it all nice, and it's like, okay, well, I feel like I'm talking to myself. Like, why do I feel like I gotta raise my voice though? Like I feel like that gentle parenting shit go out the door real fast when your child gets about 3, almost going on the 4, where he like, man, I got it, man. Yeah, like, like, what's the point? Like, I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, bro, you too smart for your own good, man. You definitely too smart for your own good, man. So obviously, the next phase was, definitely getting them into school. Obviously, was accepted, was excited about it, and just in that moment, just still learning to be a dad. To be honest with you, I'm gonna continue the story though, but it's something that actually we going through right now. But I'm pretty sure a lot of parents are. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of parents out there right now, that felt like or feel like, man, like obviously, I'm their parent, I'm their mom, I'm their dad, and it's like, man, like whether they sick or whether they in pain or whatever it is, and that you have done everything that you needed to do, or you felt like was the best option for your child, because no parent want to see their child in pain or sick or anything like that. Like, And I'm pretty sure a lot of us would probably trade places, trade it all, just for our, kids to not experience that like that, because, we know, pain and all that, they ain't all that great though, man. Ain't great at all, but, it's just, us being, in that moment, man, of just, being parents. I kind of like just blinked out though, but, I'm gonna sort of picked up where I was thinking I left off at though. Just living vicariously through him, man. Um, like I said, learning to be a dad. Actually, there we go. I remember what I was saying. Just when you in that moment where it's feeling like, man, you don't know what to do, because I feel like that, quite often. And I want to say, yo, shout out to all my dads, man. Like real life, like shout out to all the dads out there that are like really, uh, putting it forward, man, and trying. I look at my mom was a single mom. She raised all four of us: my oldest sister, my other sister, myself, and my little brother, and we all turned out pretty well. Got our diplomas, went to school, and we turned out pretty well. But a lot of a lot of parents, a lot of moms, basically, a lot of moms get, a lot of recognition, and it wasn't until obviously me becoming a parent, me being a dad, that man, I see why. It wouldn't be the reason, it wouldn't be me, but I see why, because, there's a lot of guys out here that, run away from the situation, when things do get rough or things do get tough, they run away, or, in some cases though, where it's like, look here, the relationship didn't go well with baby mama, baby father, or whatever like that, and baby mama just got envious, jealous, and all of that, everything like that. And so now, he's on child support, he's a deadbeat dad. So just because I don't want nothing to do with you, now you're gonna make my life some trash and shit like that. So, a lot of moms, of course, Mother's Day, like besides Christmas, Mother's Day is like one of the most celebrated, holidays and everything like that. And it's not nothing to bash moms or anything like that. And I want to get that clear right now. It's not nothing to bash moms, because moms are awesome. It's some things that, us dads don't have, and vice versa, but my point basically is that, I feel like dads, man, need to get the recognition. I feel like dads need to have that space, that space and opportunity to be vulnerable, and to, and to be able to express how they feel, and to just, be themselves, because it's the world, man. And I could just only speak for, my race, black men, it's, man, it's the world that's against you. The world is against you, and you got the world on your shoulder, especially a black man that's, waking up every day, that's trying to, survive, trying to make it, trying to do something. You got the world on your shoulders, man, and you trying to, and don't have kids. I mean, because if you do, you definitely got the world on your shoulders. You trying to go get it. You trying to make it back to them, because that's a priority too, especially when you leave the house. And if you have a woman who, is ungrateful, or not, ungrateful and all of that, towards you, then that makes it even more hard, especially when, a lot of black men been told, look here, like all you are good enough to do is play basketball, tell jokes or some shit like that. Like, nah, man. But on a serious note, but I want all my, dads, man, to stick together. I feel like this is a generation where a lot of dads are stepping up. I see it a lot, man. And I want to shout out a lot of dads. I want to shout out all the dads. For real, shout out to all the dads. But because, like I mentioned, when I was growing up, of course, my actual father wasn't in my life. I had father figures, love them to death, but man, like, I think it's very important for us, men, to be involved in our child's life, man. It really is. And like I was just mentioning, we come from an era with a lot of guys, man, who just, whatever case it is though, whether look here, my mom and my dad probably didn't get along. Maybe he was some trash or whatever like that. I don't know their relationship. I don't know why my father stayed away. But maybe it was best for me, best for my future or whatever like that. Though, but I just feel like dads. This generation with dads, I feel like we have grown up without our dads. We have grown up with basic daddy issues. For real. Basically, we grown up with daddy issues, not being able to control our anger, not being able to being told, look here, I'm proud of you, and all these other little things like that you sort of look forward to, by your own dad. Yeah, you might got a coach and coach tell you, look here, I'm proud of you, I love the way you playing. And it's like some kids, man, that's all they got. They go to school and they play football or whatever like that, and because those male role models are in their life and at school or outside of the household, that's what they look for towards the most, man. And I think us dads are making a difference, though, really, really making a difference. I feel like we have to, and because it's important. Like I mentioned, kids who go to school and admire their coach, man, and admire, other male figures, man, and come home and it just be like, man, two different worlds, man, because it's like, yeah, mom can only do what mom can do. Mommy is the nurture. She gonna tell you it's okay and everything like that. But a lot of us, men sometimes look for that validation in our dads to get that acceptance, and a lot of men go their whole entire life with their dads, let alone their parents though, but sometimes they dads just to tell them, look, son, I'm proud of you. Look, son, I see what you're doing. I like what you're doing, and keep going at it. Like that means a lot. That really means a lot, and I think that's what missing though. But yeah, I feel like it's also having a comeback. You gotta have a right mindset on it. Just not just having kids just to be having kids and not really teaching them any morals or values, man, and definitely teaching them how to be a man. Like I said, mom can only do but so much. She gonna teach you, but I feel like having your daddy in your life, your father in your life, man or woman though, but I'm just speaking for my dads and everything like that. I think is very, very, very important, man, really important. So I feel like we changing the stigma, because a lot of times, man, you hear, I'm telling you, like what, one out of probably every 5 people, maybe I don't even know the statistics though, but I'm just gonna say maybe 2 out of 5, maybe 1 out of 5. Let's just say 1 out of 5 people, bro, and I think I'm being generous when I say that though. I really think I am. I don't really know the statistics though, but more than not, a lot of kids, a lot of adults grown up without their dad. It's not more often that you grow up without your mom, unless it was an incident where she was not around, maybe death or whatever like that, or drugs, whatever the case may be. But dads obviously, it's just like, oh well, whatever the case may be, he either just walked away or just left, never came back. And on the other hand, of course, moms and dads got into it, and then obviously the child had to suffer, the rest of the life. But of course, the mom won't never say that though. But hey, yeah, man. But definitely shout out to all my dads out there, man. Support dads. I love all my dads, man. I be riding down the street or seeing other dads, man. Especially when I take my little man to school, man. I think it's always dope, man, to see all the other dads, man. There's a couple of other dads that I see that bring their kid to school, because obviously you see the moms. More than that, you got mom coming in, mom. It's really few. It's very few. I think we the only one. I think me and Babe, we the only like couple kind of like that shows up with our son, and maybe another couple, but I think it's only 2. Other than that, everybody else is just showing up as majority mom, and then you will get some of the dads, man. And I think that's really, really cool. I think dads deserve respect too, man. For real. For real. Like I want to go pick up my son one day, man, and Metro Access, they was like on time, on time for a change though. But when babe, she was already upstairs, mom was already upstairs, and I'm assuming that they asked her already, look at, you want to get, Amir, you want to get, and she told him no. But then I went up there and was like, yo, can I get Amir? And then, Shorty was like, well, mom said we gonna wait. We gonna wait. Look at, I mean, that's cool what she said though. But Metro, our ride is outside now. We ain't trying to be sitting there traffic. Let's go. It was like, oh, but mom said. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. But mom said, look at, I'm the daddy too. I'm the parent too. Like, don't just try to dismiss me. But mom said, look here. But yeah, man, like, you gotta fight for all the dads, man. You gotta fight for all the dads, man. It's hard. It's rough. It's rough being a dad sometimes, man. It's rough being a mom because it's like the kid just want to go to the mom everything. Little man wakes up, he want to jump on mommy. He get in trouble, he want mommy. I mean, like, I don't even, mommy want to go to the bathroom, he want to go in there with mommy. I'm like, boy, you don't want to give mommy no space, man. Give her no, I won't give her no space, man. I am her space. I'm like, dog. He ain't say that though, but he says it though. Like, I am her space, but oh man, just being a dad is also, the things I want to say difficult about a dad is that, especially for as far as me though, and now that's all I can speak on though. As far as me is that, like, when obviously you two kids, you got one kid in the household, and you got two parents in the household. You got one kid he feel like, oh well, since daddy said no, I can go to mommy. And it's like, hold up, wait a minute, like, we gotta really put the emphasis on if daddy says so or if mommy says so, because sometimes I be like, yo, that's mommy's. What she say? All right, if she say no, that's it. You feel me? I feel like it should be the boundaries should be, respected. And I also, man, too, like, when I was like, I feel like us dads are making a difference, man. Being in our child's life, I think, which is very important, man. And the only reason why I thought about this too, because obviously I was watching wrestling, and one of the guys on wrestling named Kit Wilson, he comes out there talk about toxic masculinity, or you're toxic and da 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 da, like, and I think, what's toxic, the funny thing about that is that what's toxic is that we don't have enough masculinity in our households, man. We don't have enough male role models, male figures in our household that's masculine, that's, like, yeah, showing, your son, showing the boys, how to be tough. But at the same token, I'm not talking about be tough, oh, I'm gonna be a bully, or I'm gonna be all picking on people or some shit like that. No, like, just being tough, man. And I know mental health is definitely taking a turn where we definitely gotta take care of our mental health, man. Is very important. And yes, as men, it's good to cry. You growing up, as you a boy, you was told, look at, hey, stop all that crying and shit, bro. You a boy. You feel me? That was the first thing someone would have said to you. And more often than that, like, parent or not, is mama or daddy. That's the first thing they go, get your shit together. You a boy. You don't need to be crying on sissy shit. Like, yeah, and I think, of course, that scarred a lot of us, like, at the same token though, yeah, that, because it's like, damn, shit, if I do cry, I ain't supposed to be crying. Get tough. Let me just wipe my tears and let me just move on, and and hey, but like I'm just saying, man, I feel like it's not enough masculine energy that's going on in the household, which it needs to be, man. It really needs to be. I think mom tends to just be like, well, that's my baby. Like, prime, like, I was talking to my aunt one time, right? And for example, she was like, I wanted she said something about an extra foam or some shit like that. And I think she was telling me about how my cousin kid's dad got them a phone and shit like that. And she was saying that the only way the dad would keep their phone or keep their phone on or whatever if it's in good condition, and stuff like that. But you break it, that's on your ass. That ain't your phone. So the dad put the foot down and say, look it, that's on your ass. If you break it, you ain't getting none. But the moms though, on the other hand though, I feel like they be like, you break it, that's on your ass. 5 minutes later, and we're like, look it, I was on Amazon, I got you a new phone, and come tomorrow. It's like, but damn, like, like we can't baby these kids up, man. Like, I feel like, especially in this generation, we can't suckle them up, and who one group of, who like one group of people who like baby these kids up like so much, man, and it's crazy though. Like, please raise your hand, vouch out, whatever you do, man. It's the grandparents, boy. Oh my goodness, the grandparents ain't the grandparents no more, man. I tell you. Now, I ain't gonna go into too many details. Shout out to Nana though, if she ever listen to this or watch it though. But what was the discussion? I think it was last week or whatever. I don't remember. Maybe it was last week or whatever. It was actually multiple occasions, but this specific occasion was like last week or whatever, and she bought him some McDonald's, and then she also bought some other stuff for mom or whatever, and she brings stuff for me too, but she bought something for mom, and of course she always come with McDonald's, right? Always come with McDonald's. My little man munch it down. 6-piece nugget, got fries, got a chocolate milk, got apple slices, maybe an extra fry in that bitch, and my man he get in there, he already know, man. Thank you, Nana. Crushing, and I looked at Babe, and I was like, damn, I want some McDonald's. Must be good to really get some McDonald's. I remember when I was a kid, man. Who else remember when they was a kid riding past McDonald's, like, and was like, hold up, wait a minute. You saw that big ass yellow M, and you like, oh mommy, can I have some McDonald's? Mommy, can I have some McDonald's? Mommy, can I have some McDonald's? Boy, if you don't be quiet back there and sit down, we got McDonald's in the house. Now, you ain't black, bro. If your mama ain't bro, you ain't black, bro. I got a question. I just got to question your black heart, bro. Like, for real. Like, and maybe you are black, but you just look here. I'm telling you, man, look here. And then the funny thing about that too, right? Once I got a job, and I ain't talking about one of these summer jobs though, but shout out, them summer jobs, they came through. I ain't gonna hate. They came through through the cookout, man. They came through. But when I actually had a job, man, I was like, shit, I got my own money. I get to go to buy my own McDonald's anytime I want. Yeah, and that's bullshit trauma. I get, riding past McDonald's, and it's like, damn, I love McDonald's, man. I can't get McDonald's, shit. Now that I'm grown, I'm like, shit, I see McDonald's, I'm going to McDonald's, though. I know some people out there are like, I can tell. Shut up. Ain't nobody ask you nothing. But, I cut back, though. For real, the only time I eat it when Nana bring it over, I really haven't really ordered it all like that, though. But, yeah, man, dads, man. Dads, where we was at. Dads, man. We got a dad support dads. Shout out to all my dads out there. We definitely gotta go at it, man, and just show up. That's the biggest thing. Just show up, be there, despite whatever situation that is with baby moms or whatever the case. Just show up. More often than not, though, a lot of kids won't really appreciate their dads until they get older. Now, that depends on what type of bonding or what type of things you guys do, whatever like that. But a lot of kids really appreciate their pops early in their life, because for real, it's especially if it's like y'all don't live together, because it's always like, you go back home now and you at mom house, and then all you hear is mommy talking trash about daddy. Oh, he don't do this. Oh, he that. Oh, he do that. Oh, he that. Oh, he that. And it's like, so I just want to say shout out to all my dads out there. Like I said, this was not nothing to bash no women out there. I got a bunch of women in my family, and they do the utmost. You feel me? So not like the most, but they go above and beyond. So by being a woman and stuff like that. So yeah, man, definitely. So all my dads out there, definitely, man, keep doing your thing. Definitely keep doing your thing. And real fast before I move on, man. Cause about an hour or so, gotta leave back out to go pick up little man from school. Um, but yeah, man, and little man actually started school. First day of school, man, came around. Mommy was a wreck. Mommy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna cry." She was talking about it probably for like 2 weeks straight until it happened. Oh man, I'm gonna cry. It took her a while. It took her a while, but I was like, "Yo, man, this is an awesome moment." Like, I mean, yeah, it is sad. It's like, yeah, he gone all, but it's like an awesome moment. Yeah, and then also, it was even tough them first couple of weeks too because he had to get with it. He was like, "Bro, I'm not with it. Mommy, you gonna come in there with me? Mommy, you gonna somebody coming in there." Somebody coming in this daggone classroom. I don't know who is it, but somebody is. Um, but yeah, it took him a little while though. But after that, man, he got the hang of it. And we go pick him up. He talking about mommy, daddy, I ain't crying. I'm like, oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. You feel me? So mommy, yeah, yeah, you gotta go pick him up. You gotta have a snack, and yeah, I was like, okay, all right, mommy, all righty though. But eventually, him coming around and being in school and made new friends. He always talk about people at school and being involved. Going to the pumpkin patch and all that. Just seeing those moments, man, remind me when I was a little kid. Remind me of that joyfulness. You can see it through his eyes, man. He's not worried about too much, but just eyes being a kid and other just helping mommy and daddy. He'd be like, "Mommy, I want to help. Daddy, I want to help," and I'd be like, "You want to help? All right, man. Come on, man." So, yeah, man, that's pretty much what I've been doing, what I've been, going through. I ain't gonna say going through, but that's basically the story, of since I've been gone, being a dad and definitely had to show up, for my son and stuff like that. And yeah, man. Yeah, my little man is definitely getting big and everything. And where he want to play football, he be wanting to play basketball and everything like that. And yeah, I don't know, man. What's up with these kids and in these YouTube shorts and these YouTube reels, man? This little man get on YouTube, man. I'm telling you, kids want to watch other kids play, or I'm like, bro, you don't want to watch no cartoons, man. Trust me, cartoons was everything when I was little. Man, cartoons was it. Power Rangers, give me some Power Rangers. Power Rangers. Give me Tom and Jerry. I know they got Bluey now, but give me Blue's Clues though. Find some clues. But yeah, man, times are obviously different, man, and of course, the kids don't go outside now. They don't, fuck it, and then of course the times we live in, bro, it's like, I don't blame certain people. You decided to say, yo, man, it's nice. Let's just go outside and some foolish shit happen. And now you beating yourself up off of just the thought that you were just like, well, it's nice outside. Let me just go outside. And now, nah. So I understand. It's good to go some places, man. Get on out though, but yeah, man, that's pretty much what I've been doing, man, since I've been gone. And of course, I ain't gonna tell the whole entire story. We got more weeks to come. We got some great guests lined up, man. I decided that this episode was definitely strictly gonna be me with my basically reintroduction of what's been going on, man. Been taking a break and just getting my mind right. Go through life, see shit. Like. Man, I remember somebody say that one time. It was like, yo, man, just dog, like you'll have some shit to talk about for a while. Yeah, you stop podcasting for a minute and you just You just go someplace, you just see some shit. Yeah, you got some stuff to talk about. Metro Access, I got some shit to talk about. Like I'm gonna make we got some weeks to come, but I ain't gonna let it all out. But I'm telling you, I'm gonna make a video, man. We'll probably talk about it next week on next week's episode because I can't go too long. Like I said, gotta go pick up Lil Man and everything. But Metro Access, they're gonna hear a whole ear from me. Tag their ass. I don't know if they got a social media account or not. I'll be seeing one on Facebook though, but tag with Mata and shit. But yeah, man. Dad life, man. All that been nice, man. And pretty much what I've been doing since I've been gone, man. And yo, I'm just coming back, man. A couple of days ago. What? Sunday, right? Today is Thursday. Today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Okay, get my days all mixed up, man. Cause we were just like snowed in for like what 2 weeks. It snowed. They said we were supposed to have like 15 inches. We only got like 8. And then, of course, with us being in the wheelchair and shit like that, snow, and they don't, sidewalks still covered. Can't get off the sidewalks. Gotta ride in the street if you're trying to go somewhere. Like other cars, they plowed in and shit. I feel bad. I be seeing stories, man, about a lady who was, stuck in, and she plowed, shoveled her way out. Shoveled her way out and everything cleared so her car can get out. Next thing you know, she look on her little DoorDash, I mean, not her DoorDash, but her Ring doorbell camera and see that the construction people, coming through with those construction jumps, they taking the snow from out where it was at or out the street and putting it right into the parking space where she shoveled her car out. Now that's a WTF moment. You feel me? Like for real. Like that's a WTF moment. I ain't really had one, but that just came off the top of my head though. It's plenty WTF moments because man, like I said, I've been gone for a minute. I said, bro, that's a WTF moment. That's a WTF moment. That's a W. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever I talk about, remember that's the WTF moment. But yeah, man. Like yeah, some crazy stuff, man. Really some crazy stuff. All right, you guys, man. Yo, before we roll on out of here, though, real fast, though, I do want to say, man, like I mentioned, this past Saturday, Sunday, was the Super Bowl. And I know everybody is talking about it or was talking about it, man. Bad Bunny, man. Bad Bunny really showed up and showed out, man. And yes, yo, I know a lot of people was confused. I know a lot of people was kind of like scratching their head. Like they was. I know they was. My fiance, she was one of them for a minute. She was like, huh? Like he ain't gonna sing or do anything in English, like. And I was like, nah, and to be honest, for a minute, until I went on social media afterwards and, seeing all the, like not necessarily behind the scenes, but seeing all the, what's the word I'm looking for? Seeing all the stuff that was in the performance and how it had a meaning to it. Basically, how Kendrick Lamar had a meaning to his performance last year and everything like that. I just knew like that was gonna be great. That was phenomenal though. For a second, I was like, hold up, wait a minute. I don't remember ever seeing someone who a Spanish artist, full Spanish artist, host something in this, in this type of statue like that. So at the Super Bowl at that. So I mean, I know Bad Bunny from wrestling, man. He killed it. One of the guys who was a celebrity and came in and just just went above and beyond, bro. And I think one thing to stick with a lot of wrestling fans, Bad Bunny, if you remember his entrance from Backlash, what was it, 2020, it was 2023, 2024? It was one of them. I want to say it was could have been 2022. One of them. But man, it was like the sickest entrance ever though. And knowing I heard a couple of songs of his, whether it was the one Booker T or a couple of other ones that I like. Most of his stuff is in Spanish or whatever like that, because English is not his first language. So I was cool with it. The presentation, like I said, the presentation and the visuals of the performance was top notch. I mean, top notch. You see, Ricky Martin in it. I was like, yo, okay. Ricky Martin and Cardi B, a couple of people, man, it was real cool. I think what's even more cooler seeing the reactions, and then probably one reason why I want to do the reactions from wrestling, but I always say to my mind, I was like, yo, I know my reactions is priceless. If I could have ever got my reaction, when The Rock came back February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2011. I probably would have went there. Yeah, like I probably would have been talking to town maybe. But yeah, man, seeing this performance, man, and all the meanings behind it was definitely nice. Awesome, awesome, hands down. I didn't even care if I understand what he was saying because I knew like he don't just have one song. It wasn't just that Booker T song. It wasn't just a couple other songs that I heard about of him or whatever. I'm like, bro, this John Crane. I can listen to him and not know. Look at, I learned the words. Shit, when I was little, man, my favorite R&B singer was Usher. Usher had a CD out. I put that CD in, man, and I get to some of them songs that I don't know. I'm studying them lyrics. So if I gotta be like, Benito, look here, I'm doing it. I'm learning it. I don't know it. I don't know what it means, but hey, I'm learning it. Babe, the whole time she up there like, so what if he saying some shit we don't know? We just up here just rap. We just up here cool with it. I'm like, babe, I don't think it's like that though. But yeah, seeing the reaction for every other Latino, Puerto Rican, Latin Americans, it was awesome to see their reaction to it. Seeing someone from their background, their race or whatever like that to really put on, really really put on at a time where they really really need it, man. And this goes into actually my last topic for real. But at a time where it's crazy, man. Like we'll be going to go pick up little man and be in traffic. We in traffic. Why? Because ICE is on the side of the fucking road pulling over people and doing all this crazy type shit, man. Like I just don't understand it. Like I what was it, former NXT general manager. Even though she did not have it, I don't think she had it in it. I was like, no, she missed all the Rock gene like shit, though. But she left, and the first thing she was like, man, F ICE, fuck ICE. But, you know, I agree with her. I agree with him. Like we, of course, it's like if it ain't the Latinos and or Spanish people or whatever you wanna say or if it ain't us, bruh, it's like it's crazy. We of course had slavery. Oh, go back to your car, all this other bullshit for all this time, and now they dealing with what they dealing with, and it's crazy. Every time I look up, man, something is going on in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I'm there. When I heard about it, the radio was on. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm still old school. I just like listen to the radio. It's cool though. Besides the same damn 5 songs they play sometimes, but yeah, it was like breaking news. Another shooting in me. I was like, yo, what the hell is going on though? At this point, I feel like these motherfuckers is just okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna just shoot for fun. Let me just like especially like the one they was talking about, the lady who they were trying to stop, and they showed the vehicle, and they talking about she was trying to use her vehicle to run over the ICE police, whatever like that, and they shot her and killed her. I say, yeah, that's bullshit. She backed up. You can see the officer reaching into her vehicle, and she trying to be like, stop, stop, stop. Maybe fearing for her life or whatever like that. Possibly, but they just wind up just shooting her just because, like just because they can. I mean, ain't nothing gonna happen to them or anything like that. But yeah, man, at the time they needed the most, man. I think Bad Bunny definitely showed out. I think, man, Bad Bunny got a lot of people respect now, man. A lot of people. I was fucking with Bad Bunny for a while. I know what I want to see for Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny got to come back to wrestling now. He done the Super Bowl. He done won the Grammys and everything. He got to come back. WrestleMania in Las Vegas this year. So I know a big old dream match. I don't know if it's going to happen, though, but I know it'll be cool to see, though. Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny. Oh, man. That's the matchup right there. That's definitely the matchup though. But yeah, man, Bad Bunny performance was definitely amazing. It was exciting, man, for real. Even though you didn't understand nothing, you were just, hey, just gonna move. Okay, all right. Hey, this Joan Crank though, not like how he shouted out all the, countries and everything at the end, El Salvador, Cuba, Jamaica, all that. I was like, hey, but yeah, man, really dope, really dope, Bad Bunny, halftime show performance, man, for real, for real. Yeah, man, for real, for real, for real. Yo, I said I had like a spotlight, but I had a segment that I wanted to call like, shining the spotlight on something, but actually I kind of not necessarily. We gonna continue that segment next week though. The shining the spotlight on certain individuals every single week on the 11:30 podcast, along with having guests, of course, though. But what I really wanted to say, I heard this. Actually, to be honest with you, because today is Wednesday, the Kevin Hart documentary, not documentary, stand up. I said Kevin Hart. I'm all over the place. I need to eat something. Cat Williams. The Cat Williams stand up. Joan is on Netflix, and I ain't even finished watching it though. But I heard one point of it, which was it's cool so far. One point, man, but I think he said, I can't even remember from word to word though, verbatim. But I think he was saying like that someone told you like, you got it, or like you still good at it, man. You still you people believe in you. Like a lot of us, just expect it to happen sometimes overnight. We just like, yo, man, I'm just gonna give up, man, and just look here, you got it. You gotta keep going. You could change the world. You could be something though. It's just all about the mindset, man. Yeah, it's good to take a break. Like I started off the show, how I came back and was telling you guys, where I've been and why I took a break, and it's my own damn business though, but still it's like nah, but yeah, like I took a break for a while, and it's cool. But I feel like, man, if nobody haven't told you today, yesterday, or will ever tell you, man, like go at it, go hard, you can do it. Look, my phone ringing, we live. I don't even know who this is though. We gonna answer it though, live though. Let's see who it is. Hello? Alright, this is scam. Scam likely. Scam likely. Them scam boy, they work overtime. They work overtime like a motherfucker, boy. I'm telling you though. But if you do get them scam, I'll be telling Bay, man, don't say anything. I know I just said something though, but I'm thinking it was probably my son's school or something though. Or somebody else though. But yeah, that's all they want to get you, man. As soon as you say hello, that's it. So they can try to put your voice with your picture, and they doing all that spying, all that bullshit though. But yo, man, this definitely been a fun ass episode, man. Definitely been a fun ass episode. Hold up, wait a minute. Let me get them horns real quick, man. Yes sir, yes sir. Let's turn it up. Let's turn it up, man. Let's turn it up all the way, man. Let's turn it up all the way. Are we gonna get it? Or maybe not. Hey, it's live, man. But yo, it just been dope. This has definitely been dope. There we go. It takes some time though. But we got it. Though. Yo, it been a minute since I've done this episode, man. I missed it. I've been thinking about it for real for a while now. But I'm back, you guys. Got some new guests that's gonna be coming through here on the 11:30 podcast show. So you gotta make sure you tap in, man. For real, make sure you tap in. I know you rock with the show. I know you rock with me. If you do, you gotta rock with 11:30, man. Somebody asked me the other day, man, you got 11:30 podcast. Why you not 11:30 a.m., man? Because that's because your ass wasn't tuning in. It's at 11:30. Every Wednesday, man. Make sure you tune in, tap in though. But before I head on out of here, man, and leave with you guys, man, for right now, Beyond 11:30, man, is coming back February 26th. Harley, Chanel, and my guy Brian B. Shout out to my guy Brian B. The entrance video that you see here on the 1130 podcast this week, my guy Brian B put it together for me, man. So that was special. That was dope. Shout out to my guy Brian B, the host of the Beeline Entertainment LLC. Yeah, go rock with him, man, for real. And that's my man. That's my little man. You know, in the beginning, that's what I was talking about. That's my little man in the intro, man. I was watching the wrestling pay-per-view in premium live event. I'm old school. I still call them pay-per-views, though. But I went to the bathroom, and it was actually probably when John Cena was coming out or something like that. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast. And I came back and I was doing some editings and realized he came in here and grabbed the mic and was like, yo, what it do, everybody, man? So I'm like, oh, yo, you know. And then he always be like, he want his mic. His mama buy him a mic. He got my mic. He be like, yo, what it do, everybody, man? He like, that's what daddy say when he come on his podcast. Yo, what it do, everybody, man? So yeah, man, got my little man on the intro. Shout out to, like I said, Brian B for that. The Beyond 1130 is back February 26th. So make sure you lock in for that day, man. Grown folks are talking. We talking all things, man. Parenting, relationships, current events, man. Sex, you name it, man. For real. Definitely tapping in. I think I'm out of breath. I think I'm gonna slow down, man. But you guys, man, before I do one last time, man, if you haven't done so already, I don't know what you're waiting for, man. I don't know what you're waiting for. Definitely make sure you hit the like button down below. Make sure you follow, share, and subscribe, man, to the 1130 podcast right here on YouTube. And also, man, make sure you tell a friend about the 1130 podcast, man. For real. All right, man. Now that it's out the books and out the way, man. What a show this have been, man. But until now, you guys, I'm gonna be on out of here. Gotta get ready to go pick up little man and try to get me a bite of something. Try to get me a bite of something before the ride come and stuff. So, yo, man, this is definitely. Oh man, is the computer stuck? No, it's not stuck. I'm trying to get it trying to get the jump to go up. And ain't trying to go up on me though. I think I got it hold on real fast though. That's what happened when we live. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happens. Alright. Okay. Alright, you guys, man. This has been a cool episode. Alright, there we go. Ah, boy. I was like, what in the world happened? Alright, you guys, man. This has been a cool ass episode. I appreciate everybody once again for definitely tuning in, man. Tell a friend about the 1130 podcast. Until next time, this your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Be easy, be smooth, give all the glory to God, man. Yo, I'll see you guys next time, man. Peace out.